Yes, the question is, where do you go forward? If you look at what he wants to do in the first 100 days, he wanted to repeal Obamacare. He failed. His travel ban is blocked, tied up in the courts. He did get approval, executive action to approve the Keystone Pipeline. That's one from his border wall. Who knows? Mexico's certainly not going to pay for it. At least they say they're not. And who knows if Republicans will give him the money for it. China trade, he said on day one he would declare China a currency manipulator. He's backed away from that. We could have a longer list of things he promised in the first 100 days that either have disappeared or at least are nowhere near the finish line. The question is, when he comes to work on Monday morning, what does he think he has to do differently?
Well, the Keystone Pipeline permit was a promise kept. I mean, that's kind of been a little bit lost this week in all of his failures, because you really cannot overstate how disastrous Friday was for him. But the Keystone Pipeline was something, and he will move forward with various energy and various things that are related to jobs.
Jobs.
But, you know, but
all 35 of them for the Keystone Pipeline. The reality is, even if you talk to Republicans from those states like Nebraska, South Dakota, other places, the Keystone Pipeline, yes, they want it, but it's also a relic of yesterday. It is not a forward-looking agenda item. So they rolled that out pretty quickly Friday morning because they knew that the vacuum was sort of, consuming them here.
Veterans are another thing, too. I want to point out there are a lot of people pushing him right now to jump on something that's bipartisan, and helping veterans and reforming the VA department is something that he could seize on, and they are definitely pressuring him.
But the question is, what big legislative item? Of course, they want to move to tax reform next. That is incredibly difficult. There's a reason why tax reform has not been successful in the last 30 years. Very difficult to get bipartisan support. He's going to have to trust Paul Ryan to do it. Will he trust Paul Ryan going forward? There's significant policy differences between House Republicans and Senate Republicans. He's going to have to referee that, and which side will he come down?
That's where we're going to go next.